Don't look so worried, Mike. I'm not taking out that don't belong to me.
This is daft.
I got us one of these each, so you might as well keep yours.
But where are you going to go?
I looked after myself fine before I moved in here, Mike. I can do it again.
Oh, you're going to rent one of those crummy little bed-sits again, are you?
No, I might move in with a friend like Alma's done.
Ah, see, can't stop talking about her, can you?
Well, you can't stop sniffing round her.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Just because I'm trying to treat my ex-wife a bit decently, you're behaving like this.
It's a pity you can't be decent to more than one woman at a time, though, Mike, isn't it?
Oh, give me strength. Look, why don't you stay here until you get yourself fixed up, eh? I don't want you walking the streets.
You mean you're scared in case people think you've chucked me out, season of goodwill and all that?
I don't give a monkey what people think, but I do care about you, and you know it.
Mike, you're like every other fella. All you care about is having a woman in your bed, your dinner on table and a clean shirt in your drawer. I don't mind skivvying for you, but I'm not going to be treated like some tart you just picked up.
No one, least of all me, is treating you like a tart.
Too right.
Oh, this is stupid. I mean, where are you going to go, eh? Everywhere's closed. It's bank holiday. You are a free agent, right? You can do what you like. I've got no hold over you. But you've got to be practical. You have got nowhere to go.
Well, all right. I'll stay for the time being, but only till I find someplace else.
At least we got that sorted out.
You know your trouble, Alma? You've got absolutely no global perspective. I mean, just because someone is a foreigner, you don't have to treat them with suspicion. We're all in the EU now, anyway.
Except Russia.
Oh, well. Anyway, the one thing I pride myself on is that I am a very, very good judge of character. And if there had been anything the least bit iffy about Sergei, I would have noticed it straight away.
Yes, but I mean, you read all sorts in the paper nowadays, don't you? I mean, Russia's in a right mess. I mean, it's practically been taken over by the mafia. You don't know what Sergei's up to, do you? I mean, how come he's over here? How come he speaks English?
You don't think he is in the mafia, do you?
No, I am not saying that.
No, I mean, what would they want round here anyway, huh? There's nothing to steer round here, is there? Apart from Mike's car and a few videos.
Good morning, dear ladies. I trust you rested well?
Morning, Tyrone.
All right, Ken.
Oh, seems to be back on her feet.
Yeah, vet said a bit of exercise will do her some good. Mind you, I'm keeping her on a short lead.
Well, in case she sees a cat and forgets herself.
Yeah. Hey, I shown Jack and Vera that card. They were dead impressed.
Excellent.
Yeah, Jack reckons I'll be reading racing pages soon. I'm going to bookies for him.
You made a great start, Tyrone. Great start. Don't let anything stop you now.
Oh, well, don't you worry.
Hey! Get all your presents, that's it. Move that over there.
Oh.
Hey, look, girls, there's your dad.
Hey, kids! Did you all have a good time?
Yeah.
And what about you? Do you have a good time?
Yeah, not bad.
Right, I'm off. Listen, Steve, you couldn't do us a favour, could you?
I thought Jez Quigley was our main man for favours nowadays.
The thing is, I owe him a bit of money. He's been on me back, you know what he's like.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I'm working New Year's Eve. I'll pay you back straight away, I promise.
How much?
400.
You must have really taken a shine, so you don't let all these customers run up a tab like that.
Well, just a couple of hundred then. I'll go on, Steve, please.
Look, I think your best bet will be to work on him. Sorry.
Thanks.
I don't understand it, do you?
Yeah, I'm not the one to ask. The machinations of the fairer sex have always been a mystery to me.
I've seen my ex a couple of times, and she said she's going to move out.
Is there something, you know, that she's cause to complain about?
No. No, I don't think so.
Well, women are funny. Their brain chemistry gets disrupted by their hormones. Then they don't know what they're up to, and neither do you.
She certainly needs her head examining. She wants to go back to a crummy bedsit.
You're not gone yet, though, is she?
I persuaded her to stay.
You persuaded her? She let you persuade her, more like. She may be a feisty wench, but she knows which side her bread's buttered.
Do you think she's taking me for a mug?
No. It's just a game they play, isn't it? Just to keep you on the hop. It's what they do when they get aggravated.
Yeah. Well, two can play at that sort of game. Same again, please, Natalie.
What, doubles?
Why do we have to be so close in dagger? Come on, Nat, we're over 21.
Don't call me Nat.
Oh, I beg your pardon? Boss?
Look, Vinny, I've told you I've been the talk of the street more times than I care to remember.
Oh, folk like to gossip, it's harmless enough.
Yes, but not if you've been on the receiving end, and what I don't want to do is give them any more ammunition.
Point taken.
Good.
Is there any chance of a burger?
Beans, mate. That's what she's got on her mind. She's feeding the 5,000 on New Year's Eve.
Do you mind we're doing chili con carne?
Yeah, you got enough beans to launch us all into the next millennium.
Well, I'll just settle for a burger. Trouble with it being Christmas, there's nothing in it now, right?
I must say, if we were a private caterer doing this for profit, we'd make a small fortune Millennium Night.
How come?
Well, lots of hungry people with money in their pockets.
What do you reckon many people will turn up?
Well, the amount the clubs are charging in town, I do, yeah. Most families can't afford that. But they're still going to want to celebrate, so... Street party's just the thing, isn't it?
Well, you're in the like sideshows and
I think so. Emily Bishop's in charge of that.
Oh, that should be exciting.
Well, it is for charity.
Right, I'll have to drag myself away from this conversation. See you later.
Yeah.
With or without onions?
With, please.
Cheers, I needed this.
What's the matter, eh? You and Mike had another bust-up?
I've walked out on him. Well, sort of.
You kidding?
I'm not.
Why?
I'm sick of the way he treats me.
From where I'm seeing, you looked to have done pretty well for yourself, Linda.
He spent half of Christmas with his ex-wife.
Oh, come on. You can't seriously be jealous of Alma. She's twice your age. You see, what he's done, he's traded her in for a newer model, hasn't he? And that sort of thing appeals to a bloke like him. You said so yourself.
So why don't I get the respect she gets? I don't want to be his latest tart.
Right, but you want to move out of that swanky flat and go back to the way you were living before?
No.
I mean, has he asked you to go?
No, he's asked us to stay. Blokes. I hate having to rely on him.
I thought you liked being the boss's girlfriend.
I did. For a while. But after a bit, the excitement wears off, doesn't it? And you're left with everyday life. Get up, go to work, come home, cook his tea, sit down, watch a bit of telly, go to bed, have a quick, very quick, mind you, how's your father if you're lucky, go to sleep, get up and do it all again.
Sounds to me like you're bored. Do you think it's the age gap?
I don't know. I just want to feel like I'm special.
Do you love him?
You're right about one thing, Nita. I don't want to go back to that bedsit.
Alison's still not phoned.
Nope. And I don't think she will either. I've blown it. Story of my life, eh?
You took her by surprise. She's going to need time to think.
Just can't stand the thought of it. Last few months, stuck down there all by herself. Just about making ends meet, no family, no one to look after. So just give me a second chance.
Come on, Kev. Have another drink.
What can I get you?
Well, I was rather hoping you'd already got something for me.
Listen, I'm working New Year's Eve. I'm on top whack. I'll pay you back then, I promise.
Lucky for you, Santa's been good to me this year. Hey, how about coming out with me tonight?
Yeah, OK.
You want to town, do a club?
Great.
OK, pick you up later then.
Hiya.
Hi, Martin.
Hey, listen, about the phone call. Well, I couldn't really talk properly, could I?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter. You were upset. What's going on? Did he do that to you?
Well, I didn't do it to myself.
So have you put anything on it?
Look, don't fuss, Martin. I can take care of myself.
So does that mean he knows then?
I don't think so, no.
Well, what kicked it off?
Just another row. You know what it's like at Christmas. People can't stand the sight of each other. Then he rang his mum and she was giving him grief about not going over there.
So he just ate you?
Not exactly, no. Oh, he was whinging on about wanting pizza for his tea instead of turkey.
So he took it out on you?
Well, yeah, but it was more complicated than that.
Has he done this before?
No. And he won't do it again either. I'm leaving him.
I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to is New Year. It's been great having the girls and that, but I've got some plans for you when I get you on your own.
You know, I just...
Oh. Look at those two. I mean, what it is to be young and in love.
Oh, you almost sound like you're jealous, Audrey.
Well, I am, and I'm the first to admit it. I mean, it doesn't matter how many friends you have. There's nothing like having that special someone of your own, is there?
It's about time Natalie got herself fixed up with a decent bloke, wouldn't you say, Audrey?
Oh, don't be so cheeky. Gin and tonic?
Yes, love, thanks.
I pay for this.
Oh, Sergei, no, it's not necessary.
Such a beautiful hostess, such a special lady. I must reply to your hospitality.
Go on.
Hey, Alma. You having a good Christmas, love?
Yes, thank you.
I see Audrey's got herself fixed up. How much is it costing her?
Thank you, Linda. We don't want any trouble.
Leave it, Linda. Me? I'm full of Christmas spirit, me. I'm full of goodwill towards ex-wives, even if they are scheming to get their old man back.
Linda, you're drunk and you're being ridiculous.
I tell you what, Alma. As far as I'm concerned, you can have him. Linda.
It's funny how Christmas brings out the best in relationships.
Look, I think we should talk about this, you know?
What are you going to do, Martin? Go round and thump him? Look, I don't want to involve you. It's my problem. I'll sort it out.
Yeah, but are you moving out because of what happened with us?
No. I'm moving out because of this and because of all that went before it. Look, my marriage has been over for a long time. When he hit me, I think it was a relief to both of us. He knew that'd be it. I'd go.
I see. The thing is now, well, me and Gail are trying really hard to work things out.
I know. I'm not asking you for anything, Martin. You know, I'm pleased for you. I hope you succeed.
You know, Weatherfield's had a pretty colourful history once you start to dig into it.
Did you hear that, Roy? He's worried about the town hall.
Oh, well, they'll come round. There's no votes in banning a street party.
Well, if we don't get proper permission, it'll all have to be cancelled. I don't know why everyone's so cheerful.
No, this is an interesting item here. The Weatherfield stocks. It's where they used to put all the petty villains.
Oh, we should put Les Battersby in them for fiddling doll.
You could be right. Unfortunately, they were burnt down by the Chartists in 1839.
Actually, the Historical Society had a replica built of the Weatherfield stocks for the Queen's Jubilee pageant.
Did they now? I wonder if they still got it.
That'd be brilliant. Wet sponges, 50p a go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know the secretary. I could ask him if you like.
Hello, Audrey.
Come on in. Look who's here.
I thought you'd be halfway to Baltic by now.
Oh, don't be daft. He's on leave. It's Christmas.
So he says.
Please, Fred, make yourself at ease.
You certainly have.
So now, what you having? Drop a scotch?
That's very civil of you, Audrey.
Hey, would you like some vodka? I have some real special stuff in the fridge.
We've been drinking it all afternoon, you know. It's made me quite giggler.
I'm not very keen on it myself. I think it's more a lady's drink.
Oh, not in Russia.
So, when are you going back then?
Soon.
Well, when does your ship sail?
Soon.
Now, listen here, my Cossack friend. I've known Audrey Roberts a lot of years. She's a widow, and when her husband died, I took it upon myself to look after her welfare. Do you understand what I mean?
You want her for yourself, yes?
You may think it's all right to ply her with vodka and turn her into a giddy schoolgirl, but I've got my eye on you. I say I'm watching you, and I'm not without influence in these parts. You make sure you catch that boat.
Come on, Fred, it's Christmas.
We just have some fun.
As long as that's all it is.
One scotch.
Oh, now there's a real drink. Cheers!
Zdrowie.
Oh.
Oh, are we on for tonight then?
Yeah, I reckon, if you play your cards right.
I say, when you two finish gassing, do you think you could lend a hand?
Yeah, of course, Betty.
Emily. Hi. I was wondering if I could have a word.
Certainly, Stephen. What can I do for you?
Well, I was hoping I could do something for you. For the millennium, maybe run a raffle. Or...
A raffle? Yeah, that is a good idea. I don't think anyone else is doing that.
Well, I'd like to try and do my bit.
Everyone likes a raffle. Yes, that could be quite a money spinner. You do know that all proceeds are to go to charity, the Friends of Weatherfield Hospital.
Yeah, of course. Right, I'll set the ball rolling then.
Oh, yes, well, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, now, where have you been all day? I've been worried about you.
You sound like me dad.
Oh, no, not that. I told you everywhere would be shut today, didn't I?
And you were right.
Now, when are we going to stop this silly little charade, eh? I'm bored with it.
What are you going on about now, you?
Linda, you've backed yourself into a corner. You don't want to leave. I don't want you to leave, right? So why don't you stop being a silly little girl? I'll open a nice bottle of wine. Hey, what'd you say about that?
You don't really think that I am going to hang about here to be patronised by you, do you? My name's not Alma.
Here we go again. Look, I'm sorry if I sounded patronising. I didn't mean to.
Mike, you don't sound patronising. You are patronising. Especially if you think that all you have to do is pour wine down my neck and everything's all right.
Well, I'm sorry, you've lost me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's your problem, Mike. You just don't get it, do you? I'll collect the rest of my stuff later.
Linda!
Cheers.
You're quite a little rave when it comes down to it, aren't you?
Yeah, like having a bit of a dance. It was a good club.
I don't know what you're doing wasting your time working as a barmaid in some back street in Weatherfield.
Why, do you reckon I could be a movie star?
You got a good body. You can dance a bit. Hey, I know this bloke in Sound, and he's got a lap dancing club. You can earn about £1,000 a week.
Lap dancing? I'll be seen dead in one of them places.
It's just an idea.
Yeah, well, what makes you think I'd do that sort of thing anyway?
You've got a very expensive habit, Leanne. It's not something you can afford on a barmaid's wages.
Look, I know I owe you money, and I've said I'll pay you back in the new year.
Clock's running. Interest is totting up.
Interest? You never said out about that.
You run up a debt, you've got to pay interest. Not my businessman, not a charity.
Yeah, but I thought we were mates.
Well, now, that is another way of looking at this problem, isn't it?
Zobitov.
Zdrowie.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't had this much fun in ages.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Audrey, what is it?
It's Alfie. I do miss him, you know.
Is your husband,
Yes, he died. Nearly a year ago now, December the 31st.
I'm so sorry. To Alfie, he must have died a happy man to have had such a wife.
Oh, sorry. You are very sweet. Don't know what Alfie would think of this, though. Me sitting here drinking with a Russian sailor.
Feeling better?
Yeah, I just think I drank too much. Can Lager's never really agreed with me. Look, I think I better be going. It's getting late.
Well, that's not very messy, is it? I mean, I could get upset.
Jez, what are you doing? Don't be daft.
Well, you hurt my feelings. I'm going to get a little bit upset, aren't I?
Why would I want to hurt your feelings? Look, I just want to go home.
Well, you saying you don't fancy me? See, because that is quite hurtful.
I'm just tired and I've got a bit of an headache.
Headache? Oh, well. I mean, that explains it, doesn't it? But I bet you don't get a headache when Steve MacDonald comes knocking, do you? He tells me he's only got to snap his fingers and you come running, is that right?
No. No, it's not. Look, he's just boasting like blokes do.
Leanne, you had a little bit of a tease. I mean, I thought we'd come to some sort of understanding.
You're trying to frighten me. Okay, yeah, you're frightening me. I owe you money and I've said I'll give it you back. But I'm not some tramp that'll just jump into bed with any bloke that comes along, okay?
A great lady with many official duties, you should not be without man in your life to support and comfort you.
I've got Fred, bless him. Mind you, that's just platonic.
Platonic?
We don't, we're just good friends.
Then what use is he?
Well, takes me to places, you know. He escorts me.
It is not good for the spirit of a woman to live alone.
Oh, well, I've had Alma with me here for a while, bless her. Then I've got loads of friends, you know, my family.
I, too, I am alone.
Sergei, you're not alone. You're on a ship full of sailors. The girl in every port, eh?
In my heart, I am alone. And in my bed.
Give over.
No, a man reaches a certain age. His freedom becomes a burden. He needs a woman in his life.
Then you should go home and find yourself a nice girl and get wed.
But I don't want to go home, and the woman I want is here, in front of me.
I think you've had too much vodka. I think we both have.
Audrey, you would make me the happiest of men if you would consent to marry me.
What?
I want to make you my wife.